everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. And if you're wondering why I have 6 random lines and a red nose on my face, it's because this is my poor attempt at a cat Halloween costume. You see, I got the cat eye, I got some like fake ears, and you know, I'm just trying to be festive, okay? But anyways, a few of my friends and I are teaming up this Halloween to come up with cool recipe videos or just pumpkin inspired recipe videos for you guys. They all look super delicious and I will have them all linked in the description of this video, so be sure to check it out after this one. But today with me, we're going to be making candy corn colored / styled parfaits. Now these aren't gonna taste like candy corn, but I think they're gonna taste better than candy corn because we're gonna pumpkin spice it up and add a bunch of other cool flavors and colors as well. So our parfaits are going to have 3 basic layers. A yellow layer, which is the base of the candy corn. Then we're going to have an orange layer, which is the center. And we're going to add a white fancy layer on top to top it all off. That was redundant. But anyways, I'm going to be walking you all through it. So we're going to start with our yellow base. Now this base is going to be a banana ice cream base, but bananas aren't quite yellow enough, so we're going to add an extra health kick and make it neon yellow by using turmeric. And for those of you who don't know, turmeric has incredible health benefits. It's very anti-inflammatory, but I thought of using turmeric because it is very, very yellow and it stains almost anything it touches neon yellow. So I figured it'd be perfect for dyeing our banana ice cream. So I have about 3 frozen bananas here and I'm going to chop these up and put them into my food processor. You can also use a high-speed blender and you can probably use another blender as well, but it's just sometimes harder to make a banana ice cream consistency when you have a weaker blender because you usually need to add a little more liquid. I'm just gonna be eyeballing things throughout this, so I hope this recipe comes out okay. We'll see by the end, I guess, huh? All right, so the next thing I'm going to do before I blend this up is actually make a paste with the turmeric because I find that colors and powders in general tend to blend better in banana ice cream once you've added some water to it. So normally I would use about 1/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric in a recipe, but you know, I really want this to be yellow, so I think I'm just gonna go for a whole teaspoon and quadruple it. You're probably gonna be able to taste the turmeric, but actually, let's just add some vanilla extract to the turmeric, and you know, it'll be like a counterbalance, so it'll make it taste more sweet. So I'm gonna add like a teaspoon of this, and then add some water over here. I'm just gonna add, let's start with 2 teaspoons. And we're gonna mix that all up. All right, so I have like a turmeric soup going on, but it looks pretty dissolved and I think it's gonna make our bananas pretty yellow. Okay, so I'm gonna blend these up, and then once it starts to stick, I'm going to add the turmeric water, and if it still isn't blending very well, I might add a little bit more water, but I'm gonna try not to because I want this to be as thick as possible. I'll just add it now. I'm feeling impatient, so I'm just gonna add a splash of water. All right, so I don't want this to melt before all the other parts are assembled, so I'm just gonna put this in a bowl. All right, I'm gonna put our somewhat yellow ice cream into the freezer, and then I will show you how we're gonna make our orange part. So for the next part of our parfait, we're going to be making a pumpkin spice flavored chia seed pudding. So for those of you who aren't familiar with a chia seed pudding, chia seeds basically just absorb water and make a pudding-like texture. So we're just gonna add some pumpkin puree to that to make it orange, and I totally cheated and made this the night before. But don't worry guys, I'm still gonna tell you how I made it. So first I poured about 1/4 of a cup of chia seeds into a bowl. Then I added 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened soy milk, but you could use any nut milk you really want to. Then I added about 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 tablespoon of maple syrup, 1/4 of a cup of pumpkin puree, and then I stirred that all together, and I realized it wasn't orange enough, so I added 2 more tablespoons of pumpkin puree, so that would be 1/3 of a cup total. So then I just stirred this around a little bit, and the chia seeds absorb a lot of the mixture, and it becomes a thick pudding. So I stored this overnight, and it became even thicker. So we have a really thick orangey mixture, and it seriously smells like fall, guys. And now I'm gonna put this back into the fridge while we make our white layer. All right, so for our white layer, or the top of the candy corn, we're going to be making a vegan whipped cream, but it's actually going to be made from a can of chickpeas. I know, I just blew your mind. For those of you who aren't familiar, the water that's in a can of chickpeas is called aquafaba, and it sounds really strange, but you can whip this up and it becomes a light, fluffy batter, and then you can beat in a little bit of sugar for it, and you got like a really fancy whoopie pie-esque cream. So we're going to be using that to top our parfaits. So I got all the supplies that we're going to need already with me because I'm prepared and because this video can be edited. So first, we're going to open our can of chickpeas and drain the water into a bowl. And I promise guys, you actually cannot taste the chickpea water at all. And it sounds really strange, but it works and it's like magical. I made this last Christmas for my family and they did not know that it came from chickpeas. All right, so I'm actually gonna drain this into the bigger bowl. Shake it in. Then I'm gonna save these guys for some future dinner or something. And all we really want is this chickpea water. It honestly kind of looks like egg whites to me, which I think is actually kind of funny because like it's basically doing the same thing as egg whites. So now we're just gonna use our handy dandy electric mixer and mix this at a medium to high speed until it becomes fluffy and the air gets incorporated into it. Now I'm not gonna lie guys, this is the longest part. It probably takes like 8 to 10 minutes. So yeah, I guess I should just get started. So as you can see, it's starting to become more foamy. So I'm going to add in the maple syrup now. I just realized that my measuring spoon has turmeric on it. So we're just gonna eyeball it. Do like a tablespoon or so. Okay, now I'm gonna whip this until it gets a little bit thicker. And I will say the last time I did this, I used cream of tartar, which would help it stick more. So you could add like 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar and it would help the mousse become more fluffy. But I didn't feel like buying cream of tartar, so that's why I didn't buy it. So we're just gonna try it without it. And I think it'll be okay because I'm just using it for a temporary purpose. But yeah, back to mixing. All right, I think this is good enough for our purposes because yeah, I'm getting tired of doing this. Look at it guys. This literally came from a can of chickpeas with maple syrup. Isn't food amazing? I'm going to get all of our ingredients and we're going to assemble our parfaits. So I thought this could be a little more orange, so I just added like another 2 tablespoons of pumpkin puree. So when you originally make this, just use 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. Oh, see, it's coming together, it's coming together. Handy dandy little cups I'm going to be making our parfaits in, and I'm going to be making 2 because I like to eat. I don't know. Maybe my roommate will want one. All right, so we're gonna start with our turmeric banana ice cream, and we're just gonna plop that in the bottom. I did look it up online. Yellow is at the bottom. All right. Now that. Good job, Caitlin. Let's finish it off. Now I'm gonna clear off the inside edges just by using the spatula and running it around the cup. So we got our yellow bases. Next, we're going to add our orange chia pudding. Kind of like a chia sludge, but you know, who's judging? I'm just gonna slide this around again, make a nice even layer. Orange layer done. In retrospect, the yellow layer was probably a little thick, but whatever. All right, then we're just gonna top everything off with our chickpea mousse. Look how magical it is. All right, guys, and look at that. We have 2 candy corn layered parfaits. I'm gonna take a thumbnail for this video and a picture for Instagram, and then I will be back with a taste test. You don't even wanna know what happened down here. All right guys, my photo shoot is over and it's time to finally give this a taste test. I'm gonna go with this one because it has a more prominent top, so it kind of looks more like a candy corn. So I'm gonna try to get all of these layers. The banana ice cream is perfectly sweet and you can't taste the turmeric. The chia pudding basically just tastes like fall in a jar, so even if you don't want to make these, you should just make that, because seriously, it's like better than pumpkin spice latte if pumpkin spice lattes were vegan. And then the chickpea whip on top, it's because it's like almost creamy because you added so much air bubbles into it. So you got like the coldness and the smoothness of the banana ice cream, the like slight crunchiness from the pudding, and then the fluffiness from the parfait mousse, whatever thing on top. And it's basically perfect. And this recipe is so good for you. It's way better than any type of candy bar you could possibly get for Halloween. And it's vegan, so that's even better, and you don't have to worry about it. Maybe instead of going out trick-or-treating with your friends, or instead of going out and eating some non-vegan candy, you can make these with your friends and still have an awesome time. And like, honestly, just making this whip from the can of chickpeas alone is pretty entertaining. So if you don't have plans on Halloween, I would definitely make these. All right guys, that sums up this video for today. I hope you found it entertaining. I haven't really filmed a video like this before, but honestly, it was really fun to film and I kind of enjoyed it. Maybe we can make this into a series and call them like Cooking with Caitlin's. So if you guys have any strange recipe requests or things you want me to try to make, let me know in the comments below and I could get around to it and try to make some other cool things. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, be sure to check out all of my friends' channels to see their Halloween or pumpkin themed recipes. You're definitely not gonna regret it. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Now I'm probably just gonna eat the rest of this.